Hi, I'm Levi Besaw, and this is Waupaca Local Live.
It's a mess up inside my head. It's alright, I'm with you tonight. Though the grass is growing up into the engine and the roof is sagging, might as well be caving in. Is it worth saving all the sweat collected inside every loose connection? We bleed out and get dissected in the end. So yeah, it's a mess, sleeping backward in my bed. It's alright, your hand falls in mine, and I'm not afraid to tell you what I'm thinking. And there is no shame in taking what's been given up. Can anyone blame us acting like perfect idiots while the whole world self-destructs? We build each other up, and it's a mess, all spare parts and no instructions. It's alright, we can make our own design, and we'll clean up nice. Every now and then everything gets scattered by the wild wind. It'll be alright for most of the time. It's a mess up inside my head. It's alright, I'm with you tonight. I'm with you tonight. I'm with you tonight. I'm with you tonight.
Welcome to Waupaca Local Live. This is our July edition already. Oh my gosh. Summer is halfway over. And we're so excited. I'm Marcy Boku, and this is Wayne Netzler from 96.3 FM radio station. He's my co-host tonight. So excited to have you here, Wayne.
Well, thank you.
And we've got some really talented musicians tonight. I'm so excited. We have Levi, Besaw, and Sierra, and you guys are syncing lesson, but you're going to explain this whole thing to us, right?
Yeah, we can work on that.
Okay. Really great to have you in the studio. That was a beautiful song, the first one that you opened with. What was that called?
It's called It's a Mess.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
What was that about?
It's about a lot of things. Most of my songs are about a lot of things. But I guess to sum it up, it's kind of about falling in love and having a really messy brain and a messy life, and just kind of vibing with it.
I like the repeating line, "It's all right." That's a great way to just sort of deal with things, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I know Wayne's got a lot of questions for you guys too, but I'm just going to launch off with tell us about how you got started in music, and you can both answer the questions if you want to. So I'm going to start with you, Levi. When did you start knowing that you wanted to play music?
I tinkered around a little bit when I was a kid on like a keyboard, but there wasn't much to that. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't until I was 17 that it was a record by the Shins that really just like felt so magical and like comfortable to me, and just made me want to like pick up a guitar.
Huh. And you hadn't picked up a guitar before then?
No.
Oh, that's amazing.
What? Okay. What was the first song you remember hearing? Where besides a Nurse from Rattlesnake, or radio, or out in the car, whatever, where you went? What is that?
In the car, like growing up,
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom played like Jewel quite a bit. My dad listened to Jimmy Buffett.
There you go.
So there's a
What about
lot of
you?
that.
Well,
First musical memory.
well, my grandpa has been in a classic rock band with his buddies since they were in high school. So I used to
Wow.
sing with them at these weird little festivals in our
Oh, fun.
hometown. And so a lot of the ones that I remember are, and my favorite when I was a kid was Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison,
Yeah.
because my grandpa would change the lyrics to say Blue Eyed Girl.
Blue-eyed girl, because you have
Sing it
very
to
blue
me.
eyes. Yes, you do. Wow. So what's the name of your grandpa's band?
It was called the Nomads. Actually, I think it was called Larry and the Nomads.
Oh, that's even
Larry was the
better.
lead singer. Yeah, it was definitely something.
And where was that at?
Almero, Wisconsin.
Okay. And where are you from originally?
I grew up in Appleton.
Okay.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
I was on the roster at Appleton North.
Okay, I knew I shouldn't have said that from the moment it came out of my mouth.
I wouldn't say I went there.
And so many people have that answer that are in music. It's like, people that really sink into music and have talent and are creative don't necessarily fit into the school system.
Speaking
Yeah.
of sinking,
Sinking, yes, sinking lessons.
where's sinking lessons? How'd you come up with that?
God, we went through so many
Yeah,
names. For months.
that
We
was-
couldn't figure it
We were
out.
debating for a long time, and we came up with a lot of things. And we ended up with that one. I mean, a couple reasons. I think it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit dark, but it also is a little bit of an homage to the Shins, who first inspired me to pick up a guitar. They have a song called "Sleeping Lessons,"
Oh, right.
which I have similar feelings about. Like, it's a little funny, it's a little dark.
Yeah.
I just like the connotations of it. So, yeah.
So getting back to that, when you were 17, you heard the Shins, you picked up a guitar. Where'd you get the guitar?
A friend of mine that had it and didn't play it. It was like a real, just junky, first act $50 guitar. I really had to dig in to feel it out.
I like to ask these kinds of questions because, so many kids are in that position. They want to play music, but now they got to get an instrument. And living in a rural area, we don't have music stores and stuff, so it's interesting. So you got a guitar. Was it an acoustic or an electric?
Yeah, it was acoustic.
And then did you know how to tune it? Who taught you how to play it? Did you just figure it out?
Yeah, no, I mean, the internet. Yeah,
Right.
I didn't really have any mentors of any sort for a long time, really, until the last couple years, till my network grew. It was really just, I picked it up and I couldn't stop doing it.
You were compelled to play.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for the internet, right? Yeah. All right. So you didn't have any formal music training, which I have to say most guitar players I meet haven't had, because it's just, it's sort of a catch-22 thing. What about you? Did you have any music lessons? How did you fall into singing?
No, I mean, my grandpa would try
Well, like
to
you
teach
said,
me.
your
Yeah,
grandpa's
when I was younger. And I've tried a lot of different instruments, and I'm mediocre at some of them, but none of them have really stuck all the way for me the way that singing has, and so it's just kind of what I go with these
Awesome.
days.
You have a really good blend.
Thank you.
Really, really good blend. All right, so I think we're ready for another song, and I know that you gave me the list, but can you just tell me what the next song is going to be? I know you two are
Sure.
going to sing together on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next song's called "Smoke Inhalation."
Okay. Appropriate for the summer of 23.
Right?
The
Oh my
great
goodness.
Canadian smoke out.
Right?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sure it's not about that, but okay, go on. Sorry.
I mean, it was about the wildfires in Australia.
Oh, so very
Yeah.
apropos.
And yeah, it was kind of, in some ways, writing that song was kind of the moment that this project was born, because I went to play a benefit show for the wildfires, and I was all up in arms and like upset about the situation, and I like kind of went on this little tirade like on stage about how like we need to be doing more, but after the fact realizing like I'm in a place full of people who are currently doing more. And I went home, I felt real dumb. And I felt like I wanted to create more gentleness and acceptance, and that's kind of where this song came from.
All right, everybody. Levi, Besaw, and Sierra.
Mother covers up her children in snow. The days been long, we're crazy, tired and cold. An ancient fire engulfed us coast to coast. My anxious tongue erupts with nothing. Nothing bold. Baby was born, she grew up so fast. I wanna love her longer than I can. She'll run through the sunny fields and long grass. I'll meet her there when my aching bones crumble into what I am.
It's funny.
Beautiful.
I have a question. First two songs, pretty heavy topics, or covering life or life moments or struggles and kind of things we all deal with. Do you ever, you're sitting on the couch with the guitar and you're channel surfing, and I'm going to write a song about a baseball game, or I'm going to write a song about, you're sitting somewhere and you see a train go by. I'm going to write a song about a train.
No.
Or does it come from everything? Everything is it all of a sudden you feel that you have to write a song and it's just organic?
It's more so that yeah, for me it's the way that I sort things out. Like
So like a therapy?
yeah,
type of thing?
I am not right I get wacky if I don't
Guess what?
write and play. So
None of us are all right.
yeah, yeah, it gets worse. So yeah,
It's funny because I think
Music
the
is
word
therapy
therapy
for a
has
lot
a
of
lot of
people.
connotations, but it sounds to me, I mean, a lot of people who do music, it's a way that you can express what's going on inside of you in a much more, I don't know, way that makes sense to you.
yeah,
That it isn't writing it down and figuring it out and bullet pointing how you feel, but it comes out, and it's not just the lyrics, but the music itself is part of how you feel. I think that's how I write music, so I always connect with people that do it that way. And sometimes like a topic will affect you emotionally, and then if it does enough, it kind of comes out as a song. And I don't know if that's kind of how you are.
yeah.
But there are plenty of people who do what you just said.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to write a song about this, and then they literally construct it.
Right.
It's another way of
There's,
songwriting.
there's no right way or wrong way
No,
of,
it's just
songwriting.
that's why it's
However,
interesting to
whatever
talk
works
about
for
people's
the
processes.
artist.
The closest thing that I have to that is there's a trilogy, a novel series that I really like, and it's been kind of backburnered for a while, but I've been working on like making a sort of musical interpretation of the novel series, but
Kind of like a soundtrack to a book.
yeah,
Sort of thing?
Sort of thing. Yeah, sort of like, I don't know, like trying to like tell the story through music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
In your so our guests on the show always send us some information. We ask for our bio, and then just a little information about themselves. And one of the things you mentioned is how important music is to you to be able to express yourself, and that you never know who's going to show up. When you're doing gigs, you have a very collaborative spirit. So can we talk a little bit about that? Wayne touched on syncing lesson, but you told me before the show that there are various people. It can be as
Like
many as...
anybody's invited if you want to play along.
I
Not
mean,
quite
to a
that.
point.
Do you, when this happens, do you still play your original material, or
Yeah.
do you do cover songs?
We do a couple.
We do a couple covers, but it's not the focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Does that make it harder getting gigs?
probably I wouldn't know because I've never really leaned into cover music.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but I feel like I've kind of found my niche and somewhat of my audience, and it's become much easier for me than it like growing up in Appleton when I started. It wasn't a thing really to go like play songs like this and be able to be booked and paid for that. Like,
Do you feel like that the environment has changed since you were 17?
oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I really do think Appleton, for one, has changed. And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
all over, I think people are looking for new. And with the whole advent of the internet and being able to see how many people are actually doing music, inspires more people to do music. So I think that's really cool. Are there enough venues for you to play, do you feel?
Yeah, there's a bunch of really nice venues. Try not to overdo it, but yeah, there's some really great places to play. We love Fox River House, we love Appleton Beer Factory, Gibson Music Hall. Definitely three of our super favorite spots.
Since we're speaking of Appleton, Mile of Music,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be at Mile of
few
Music,
there.
Wayne?
have you done that gig before?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're in for?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
yep. Done it the last couple of years, and yeah, it's exciting and daunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that writing music helps you a lot personally, and that you hope by sharing your music you can help other people. Do you have any specific songs that you've gotten feedback from people that have said, hey, wow, thanks for that song, that was what I was going through?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I get those messages pretty regularly after intimate type shows. Someone will come up to me and talk to me, or I'll get a message online the next day and somebody just says, hey, that song really hit me, and I wept, and I needed to hear that. And
That has to feel good as an artist.
it feels really good. I mean, that's kind of just a really nice cherry on top, because for me, writing is, I do it for me. I don't, these lights, I don't like them. I don't really like cameras. I don't really like the stage. So for my writing to have a positive impact on people, that's why I like to do it.
Frosting on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are watching this through the video, you could probably count on one hand how many times either of us make eye contact with the camera. We're not quite so good at that. That's why typically at our shows I do art. I do little line drawings, I do paintings, I've made jewelry before, got a little table, and I do my vocals, and I do art at the same time, because that means I don't have to make eye contact.
So, are you the one that has done the graphics for singing lessons?
I
Like
have
if
not.
You go on the Facebook page or what have you,
A couple
with
of
the couch and the pond and.
Oh, that one I did do. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of, we're about to release a single, and I did the art for that one, but I did not do the art for his rock garden session.
Okay.
That does remind me too, you had asked about like the name, and the logo like kind of ties into that too, is like, it's like the Chase Lounge, it's like the therapy couch, right? And yeah, just sitting in the pond, so that's like kind of
Cool.
another
Yeah.
part of it.
Where can people find your music?
Not easily right now.
They have to look hard.
Yeah, no, this is like a pretty new project. There's like a couple songs on Spotify of just like me like this.
Okay.
But soon there will be like a full band version on there too. So
Awesome.
just all the streaming platforms, it's going to be on, just all of them. You send it to the distribution group and it goes everywhere. So yeah, if you just look up Sinking Lessons.
Yeah, I did find that you have a YouTube channel. Is that correct? Is that where I found you? And there were some really great videos, so I encourage everybody to look there and look for you at Mile of Music. We're going to do another song.
Yeah.
And then talk one more time. So what's the next song going to be?
I'm still split on it.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, flip a coin. Does anyone have a coin?
I think I'm gonna do I'm Not This Sad, I promise.
Okay.
All right. And you're going to do this by yourself? All right. Levi, Besaw, everybody.
I don't like these chemicals in my jet-lag dreams, or the shackles of homogeneous hegemony. My little problems, my bad handwriting, or how I forget that everyone exists. Oh, I feel like a slow drip train wreck. Flip the switch and come apart. Drop by drop, you don't gotta watch this part. It's so predictable. I'm bursting at the seams, telling broken jokes that only make any sense to me. I'm no stranger to feeling strange. Still wish I could forget the useless memories. One day I'll disappear. No one will know. Letters you carved into bark. Lyrics of a heartfelt song in a crowded crowded bar.
That's kind of a short song.
Yeah, short and
Short and sweet.
Some of the best songs are under 3 minutes long.
Right.
I don't know how super sweet it is, but yeah.
Wayne has a couple burning questions, so I'm going to
well,
let him just
yeah.
dive in.
Okay.
I would pose this as saying, who's your favorite artist? But I know every time I ask that of somebody, oh, I listen to this, I listen to that, I listen to everything. Okay. I have 2 front row tickets in my back pocket to go see one concert. Who are you going to see?
It's still tough. I mean, I'd probably just go see the Shins again.
I was going to say, you're
There's nothing
going to
wrong
say the
with
Shins.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'd say Stevie Wonder, hands down. It was like going to church, honestly. But that's because I'm old.
Yeah, we saw them on their 20th anniversary tour of the record that made me
That
buy a
launched
guitar,
you?
and yeah,
What'd they
I
play?
wept the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, they played the record front to back and
Nice.
you
I love
know,
it when
some
people
other
do
stuff.
that.
from-
That's awesome. Where were they?
Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, my memory's not great.
So you started playing guitar from being inspired by them at age 17. When did you actually start writing songs?
Well, I was attempting to about 6 months later.
Oh,
Wow, that's really quick.
that takes a lot of kind of internal confidence to do that.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't good, but, you know.
Right, but still, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But to pick up a guitar, not know music, and to be writing songs 6 months later is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. You
Thanks.
probably don't think it is, but it is.
It is.
Yeah. What was your other question, Wayne?
Oh, my other question. If you could sit down at the bar, have a beer, bottle of wine, glass of wine, whatever you do.
Bottle sounds good.
Yeah, well, if you could sit down and have a conversation with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
I feel so unprepared for that.
Oh, you can take that. Josh will edit this.
Yeah. Right.
That is a tough question, actually.
Yeah.
One person. I don't even know what I would say.
Yeah.
There's no right answer. Just pick.
Well, what would you say?
Yeah. I don't know if I have an answer.
I would want to talk to Elvis, Jesus, or David Lee Roth.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That
three
sounds like a
people.
joke. Elvis, Jesus, and David Lee Roth were in a
Walk into a
walk into a bar. Nothing comes up like
Yes.
me neither.
Yeah.
I would have to really. I think I would overthink that
Okay.
if I only had my one chance.
Well,
I
some
think I
people
would
say, their deceased grandma.
Oh,
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
that's a good way to think of it.
Yeah,
I think you
sure.
go right away to who's the most iconic person, but that's
Right.
also. I mean, I guess I'd like to talk
Yeah.
to my grandma.
I
have a lot of questions.
I get
for her.
different answers from that one. So, that's all right.
Yeah.
Next question.
I mean, I'm not. Like, I like talking to people, but it's, I don't know. It's not my. I'm not super strongly driven to do it. So,
That's fine.
you know.
You're more of an introverted
That's a
person. right?
fair answer.
Yeah.
Cool. Now you said you're playing at Mile of Music, and I think we all know that that's like the first weekend in August, correct?
Yeah.
And then before the show, you mentioned someplace on August 31st.
Yeah,
that's
we're-
going to be happening.
Yeah,
You
we're
could
going to
probably
be
mention
playing
that.
at Gibson Music Hall.
Oh,
in
Gibson.
In Appleton, yeah.
All right, great.
Where's that?
And Gibson Music Hall. It's on College Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. I can't remember the name of the
Okay,
hotel
I'm
now
thi-
because it changed,
I'm
but
thinking
it's
Gibson-
downtown.
I'm thinking Gibson Music Hall, Nashville. Something like that.
No, it's a really great venue
road
and
trip.
run by really excellent people. So
Yeah, we love it there.
that's a great gig. Okay. And you're also running a sound company, you told us?
Yeah, yeah. I have a production company. It's kind of a collective. Everything I do is like a little bit leaning towards, collective shared responsibilities and assets. So like, it's called the Train Station Production Collective. And,
Okay.
Yeah, we have a solid crew of 4 with like a couple backups right now. And yeah, we run the sound at Fox River House all summer, Appleton Beer Factory, 95% of the shows there. We're working with a campground up north for a summer series next summer.
Oh, cool.
And then we do video stuff too, and we have a studio in town where we take records and make videos.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just in the thick of a career here, and it's all about music. That's really cool.
What's great is you're not just the singer-songwriter, you're also behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and you got
you know
your
every part of it.
creative control and of all aspects. A lot of singer-songwriters, well, I write the songs and I don't worry about the other stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
So when you record, I know you recorded something at the Rock Garden studio. How does that go for you, being someone who does recording?
That was kind of just a little experiment for me. I just kind of wanted to go in there and just see how it felt to do that. And it was nice to not be concerned with all the the cables and the input gains and all the setup and everything. I didn't like it because that was literally my worst voice day I had in like the entire year, and I booked it, I paid money for it.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Make the best of what you
How much of that do you think you just were like anxious? Because that really affects your voice when you're anxious,
No, I woke up and I couldn't talk.
Oh man.
Well,
That's not fair.
This is gonna be a fun day to record songs.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
But that recording is available, right?
Yeah,
You have
that's-
like a video for that, or
There's some videos of it that's on Spotify and Apple
Right.
Music and all that stuff.
And there are videos on his Facebook page.
Yeah.
Right.
And that too was like, along with like the start of like this project. I've been in other bands that were very like high velocity, high pressure. Like, we really want to make this work. We're gonna put all this energy into it. And I've tried to take a much more laid back approach with this. So that was part of it too. It's just like, I'm just gonna go in there, sing some songs, and get what I get.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else you want to mention before we go into your last song?
Not specifically. I haven't really thought about it.
It's been really a pleasure talking to you
Yeah.
and listening to your music. It's really great.
Thank you.
And like I think I even mentioned before, it's just very mellow. I know the topics aren't always mellow, but it gives you a really good
mellow,
vibe.
It's mellow music with heavy lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Juxtaposition.
I like the juxtaposition, and I do have some rowdy stuff. I got some songs that we like scream on, we yell, but there's something. I've had to find a middle ground with that over the years, because I remember, like I was saying earlier, in Appleton, where you couldn't just go play a song like that and have people listen. So I was busking outside on the Ave and just started yelling, just started belting stuff. And I found some level of catharsis, doing that too. But I do really like the calm, gentle stuff. So, yeah.
Well, the interesting
kind of
thing
mixed.
is listening to music, especially when you're live, and hopefully people will come and hear you live. But it really does just bring your whole everything down, and that's a really good feeling. So if nothing else, even if people aren't listening to the words, I think your music is affecting people. So good for you.
Thank you.
All right, what's the name of your last song?
Plastic Moon.
Plastic Moon, Levi Besaw on Waupaca
Moon
Local
Day.
Live.
It is Moon Day.
I know the hard rain is coming soon. We'll be tying sheets of plastic to the moon. Oh, there's a hole in this plot line. There's rotten food in the fridge. It's hard to talk about anything without making pop corporate conversation references. I want you to remember the sunlight on your skin. I wanna live like every awful thought, processed, packaged, sold and bought, don't exist. I try so hard to make good choices, make something resembling speech for the voiceless, but I can't hear myself think in this competitive noise. I don't wanna be anything, and that's the only problem I can't avoid. I want you to be kinder when you talk to yourself. I want the taste of lemonade and the girl who's not afraid to be herself. We all exist, it's no one's fault. The cactus didn't ask us for the drought, but I'm not holding back when the floodwaters rise with fury of an ambulance and global trauma resurrecting all the time. I'll be some kind of lover who gets lost in your eyes, and I'll find my way back home when you see your reflection in the sky.